The other thing I'll just throw out in terms of this to sort of illustrate the impact that race has on our sort of our approach to the social safety net. There's been a lot of research to show that in societies that are more racially homogeneous, they tend to have a much more generous social safety net. So if you think about the Nordic countries or these kinds of countries, whereas countries that are much more heterogeneous in terms of race and ethnicity, they tend to be much less generous in terms of their safety net programs. And the argument is that we feel more of a connection to people who look like us. If they look different than us, we feel less of a connection, less need to help others. And I think that that's very, very telling.
I think that's right. I think the only thing I will add is that to sort of address the second question that was layered on, um, is that it's certainly not a fool's errand, I think, to uh, clearly tackle head on both racial inequality and poverty in the context of the policies that we're pursuing. But I think the framing is what matters. That's sort of what I was trying to get at. So I think what's helpful for the case is to really present data on racial disparities or inequalities through this contribution model instead of just a deficit model, right? So, for example, when you're talking about unequal outcomes, we should really talk about or make every effort to focus on how closing gaps will really benefit society as a whole. And you could do that sort of looking at, for example, closing the graduation gap, right, among or between white and Black students or Black and Latinx students or et cetera. But focusing on why this is the smart thing to do as well as the right thing to do, I think is so critically important.